Hello, thank you for joining me this morning on what's rather another chilly morning in May. And it was supposed to be sunny and dry this morning, but the clouds have come over and we've had a few drops of rain. So I hope we stay dry for the next few minutes. And this week I'm looking at Agrafoam, which is a relatively new product which has come out as an alternative to plastic foam. And the plastic foam, well, it's as the name suggests, it's made out of plastic, a single-use plastic, and so after it's been used it returns microplastics back to the general environment, and these are ingested by animals and worms and things, and they get into the food chain. And it also contains formaldehyde, which is kind of a nasty chemical we don't really want to be working with. So I really avoid plastic floral foam at all costs, and we've now got this thing called Agrawool. It doesn't contain wool at all, but it's got a woolly texture, and it's supposed to be a more environmentally friendly alternative to the plastic foam. And it's made from organic rock, which is melted and spun into fibres, and when it's finished with, you're returning the organic rock returns back to the environment. So it's not sort of been changed into plastic or something else. So we start with rock and we finish with rock. So on the face of it, that sounds like quite a good idea. And I'm not really sure whether it's single use or not, but I think probably you could get 2 or 3 different uses out of it, and use it in another design, and also use it in some sort of gardening context as well, as a growing medium for plants. So I think if you've got three uses out of it, and then it returns back to rock, that's not bad going at all. So it absorbs water just like regular floral foam, well, probably a bit better actually, a bit faster. And what I've done here, I've got this tree here. So I don't live in a stately home, so I haven't got a beautiful staircase to or an archway or anything. So this is my garden, and I was really taken by the beautiful peeling bark on this tree. It's got absolutely gorgeous, this orangey colour, and I thought it'd be lovely to make a sort of nice hanging design in the tree. So what I've done is there's just this gap down between the branches, and I thought, well, that's the perfect size. I've just put 2 blocks down there of the foam, and I've attached another one. There was a sort of knobbly bit sticking out there, so I've attached another block on there, and I've just put some chicken wire over the front just to stop it falling out. So that's the basis for my design, and the inspiration is hawthorn. Now my next door neighbour grows hawthorn in her hedge, which I highly recommend. It's a really good thing to do, and so when it grows, it sort of hangs down like this, and the flowers are pointing upwards. So if you were doing a pedestal arrangement or in a vase or something, that doesn't look terrible, but if you put that in, the flowers are all pointing down, and really this wants to go this way, and I thought this would look lovely in here. That was my sort of inspiration for it. So I've got lots and lots of hawthorn there, and again from my neighbour's hedge, generous, this lovely beautiful copper beech out of the hedge. And I'm not sure if that's going to work with that or not, because it's a bit of a dark colour. But anyway, I've got that there if we need it. And then this again is all done up my neighbour's hedge. You can see it growing down the back there. It's her beautiful beech hedge. So I really recommend growing these plants in your hedge that you can cut, so that these are native plants, so they're good for wildlife, and then they have a double purpose because you can cut them and use them in floral design. So we've got this lovely beech, and last but not least, I've got some cow parsley here, some beautiful cow parsley out of the hedgerow. That's been conditioned and stood in water. It's lovely and fresh and crisp, not drooping at all. And so we'll do something with the cow parsley and the hawthorn. So anyway, so I'm going to leave the cow parsley till last. And one of the things I'm a little bit worried about with this Agrawool, the stems don't go in quite as easily as they would with plastic foam. So I think that's something that we need to be aware of. And I might need to make little guide holes to get the plant material in. But anyway, here goes. Let's give it a go. The wind's getting up now. We're going to have to stop. Oh dear, this brilliant weather's absolutely getting on my nerves. So what I'm going to do is make an outline with the foliage. Now this I'll just find some nice bits here, and then fill it in with the hawthorn. And so I just thought I'm going to actually just look at the hawthorn here, because what I want to do is have the hawthorn sort of hanging down, and then something needs to happen at the top. Possibly we could just have it all just hanging down there. And the same here, just have it all sort of hanging down. So I think I'm going to do an outline with the beech first, just sort of all hanging down. Now let's just see how this goes in. So it doesn't go in as easily as, there we are, it's going in, that's gone in. We've got the first bit in, that's fine. So those bits look a little bit damaged, so I'm not going to be able to use those. So as you can see, everything's starting to blow around now. Oh my goodness! So this, you can tell, this is for real. This is for real here. So let's hope it's going to stop raining soon. Goodness. So yeah, so it's not quite so easy to get in as the. I've got a little bit of something else there. I don't actually know what that is, but I'll pop that in as well. And so lovely to have a tree. If you were doing a woodland wedding or something like that, this would be absolutely beautiful idea that you could attach some of this Agrawool to a tree and make a nice design. Now that's not really going in so easily. I have to say that isn't so easy to get in, and these are quite stiff stems. But I think I'd rather sort of just get used to it, and just accept that this is the way it has to be. You can't use the plastic foam anymore, and we've just got to make the most of it. And obviously this is something new that I never would have sort of considered doing had we had this Agrafoam not come up. So so I'm covering up I think the main idea of this is to just create the shape and to cover up all the foam. So I don't want any of that showing. There's some lovely big pieces here, so I don't feel it's covering up quite quickly. I'm getting it all covered. So, and what I like about this is that you can put the things in upside down. You don't have to sort of have everything pointing up. It's lovely to have it all sort of hanging down like that. I'm not really very happy with the way that's going in. There's something about that. It's sort of got a funny. It's sort of curving over. So when I put it in, I think that maybe wants to go somewhere else. So we'll leave that one for now. So the rain's starting good and proper now. So I don't know if I'm going to have to go in. I don't know if I'm going to keep going. And something I've just got to be a little bit careful of here is making sure that the stems don't go through the foam and sort of out the other side, so they don't end up out of water. And I've got some brown leaves here, so I think we'll just pick those off. But yeah, so some of this beech has got sort of brown marks on it, so I won't use that. I don't know why that is, but we have had some pretty cold weather. And perhaps it's kind of got scorched or frosted or something like that, and that's why it's got a bit brown. So right, so we're nearly done this. So I'm going to break this piece up, and I'm just aware that I haven't done. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this piece here. So let's not forget that. Lots of people have been, well, not a lot of people, but some people have been saying they don't like working with chicken wire because it's sort of prickly, spiky and prickly, and yeah, and I don't really like it because it does sort of hold the things in place, but it's a bit difficult to control the plant soil, I find. So I'm not a big fan, I have to say, I'm not a huge big fan of chicken wire. But perhaps it's just that I've not given it enough time, and you know, maybe I need to practice with it a bit more to get the benefit of it. So this is filled up actually very quickly. I'm quite surprised at how quickly I've been able to cover the blocks. So that's good. So please stop! Don't rain on me! Don't rain! I'm just hoping the rain doesn't get any worse. So so that is quite easy to cover, you know, to cover that with the leaves. That's gone on very quickly. So just got a couple more bits left there. You know, really, this wouldn't look terrible if it was just left like that. Really, I think that looks, you know. So that's more or less covered it. There's a little bit at the top, but we'll sort that out later. So I've more or less covered it there with just with the beech, and I'm just looking at this here. The colours do go, but I think in the dim light it's going to be a little bit too dark, so we'll save that for another day. And right, so let's start with the hawthorn. Now the trouble with this is now I can't actually see where the foam is, but that was my idea, was to hang it down like that into the design. I've got absolutely loads of it here, so I hope, and what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to work my way up and sort of finish off at the top. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll have a go and see how it works. So I've got the foam right down the bottom there. So I really love this thing that you can put things in upside down. I think that's really an advantage to be able to do that. So anyway, we're really getting some rain now. So perhaps the tree will save us. I don't know. Here we are. So that's that round. That's getting a little bit lost there in the other foliage. Put that one up there. Away. That's it. Okay. So I've got some quite nice long pieces here as well. And this is starting to go over a little bit, and I think you would look at that and say, oh, well, it's not suitable because it's going over, but it's supposed to look natural, so I don't see why. You know, if you were out in a walk in the country, you know, you see hawthorn sort of going over, and you wouldn't sort of reject it because it was going over. So I'm a little bit worried with the rain that we might get water on the camera, so I'm a little, and it will the picture's all going to come out blurry because we've got water on the lens. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. So now this isn't. I'm not entirely happy with this, I have to say. This doesn't look quite how I would like it to be, because it needs to be really vertical, pointing downwards. It needs to really. These ones were growing down, and they need to. I don't think we can use those. I think they really need to be pointing downwards. So there's another one. That's it. So, oh, what a shame about the weather. I was checking the forecast and I thought, oh, lovely, Sunday morning we've got a bit of dry weather, and no such luck at all. So anyway, so it's supposed to be natural. We're looking at nature today, so you know, so there we are. We've got a bit of natural nature's weather. So there we are. So these bits in there. So I might have to break off and not be able to finish this completely. Yeah, so I've got to be really careful with this to make sure that the flowers don't end up pointing in the wrong direction. But they're going into there quite nicely. I think that looks very very nice. But this one, I mean, it's just completely, you know, I don't think I can use that. It's completely upside down. So it's in there. Yeah. So what's the weather like where you are? It's terrible, terrible weather. It just goes on for weeks. It's been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Really shocking weather we've had. So there we are. So, bits in there. I've got a great big pile of this hawthorn here, but I'm really noticing this. I hadn't sort of really looked at it, that the flowers are sort of pointing down, so you can't sort of have it horizontal. It really needs to go in at quite a steep angle. So that makes it quite difficult. You know, without this foam, you absolutely would not be able to do this at all. Yeah. So that's how it grows. That's how it grows, I suppose. So we're trying to mimic how it grows. So this bit I've got like two pieces here. So that's rather nice. Back up at the top. That's it. But it's sort of curling up. It's not really. It needs to go. Really needs to be going in sort of vertically. Yeah. That's a nice effect once you can get it placed, because it looks very natural, but it is quite difficult. So without this Agrafoam, we just absolutely would not be able to do this at all. So it's very fortunate, really. So I'm quite surprised at how quickly this has been filled up now. So I haven't really done this side here. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it's we're getting quite a bit of rain now. So I don't know whether that's showing out on the camera or not. There we are. So yes, these are all sort of pointing upwards. So it really does need to hang down. There we are. So that's that there. And we still haven't put the cow parsley in yet. I mean, I've got absolutely tons and tons. Well, not tons and tons. I've got lots and lots, I should say. I don't want to exaggerate. I've got lots more hawthorn here that needs to be used. But I might move on to the cow parsley because I'm worried about the rain. So let's just. There we are. So it's just lovely to have all this stuff sort of completely, you know, you know, that you don't have to sort of buy this stuff. It just grows everywhere. It's just feels like such a privilege to have all this beautiful plant material. And the thing about it is that it's you know, it's food. It's not that it's just good for wildlife. It's all obviously it's all food. It's a plant. They're food plants for wildlife. So it's important for wildlife that we support these plants, but they're part of the web of life. So everything here is food for something, which is food for something else, and it's all joined together, and eventually it's food for us. So you know, in caring for these food plants for insects, it's actually creating a nice healthy environment for us to live in and for us to grow our food in. So it is important, I think, to look after these plants. So I have to say, I can't really see what it looks like from where I'm stood, but it just seems, everything seems to be going in quite easily. It feels like it's a very not a difficult sort of design to do. Because it's sort of quite natural, I think. Now I've got some gaps there which I'm sort of aware of, and I haven't finished the top yet, but we've still got all this cow parsley to go in yet, so I might move on to the cow parsley while we've still got some gaps. So that can go in there. But to me, that does look sort of, that looks sort of natural, all sort of growing. Looks like it's growing in the tree. That was the effect that I wanted to have. When we went to Harwich a couple of weeks ago, and we saw these plants growing up things and around things, and I really wanted to. That sort of inspired me to do this. Really, yeah. It looks lovely to see a plant growing up a tree or in a tree, or up something or around something. So it's just a green bit there. There's no flowers on it, but that's okay as well. So for May, for a lovely, this would be lovely. I've just got this idea of having a May, in a spring festival with all our beautiful wild natural plant material. Now I've kept this bit. There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot there. I should have put that in a bit earlier. Maybe that'll fit in inside, or making sure I don't push the blocks out. Oh, okay. So I can't actually see how that looks in the shape of it all, but so we've now got this bit. It's this idea, this all sort of hanging down. That was how it was growing. Obviously, if you were picking it and it was growing upright, you would need to carry on with that and do a more upright design. But it just so happened, I don't know, can you see the greenhouse? I don't know if you can see the greenhouse. It's down at the bottom there. You might be able to see it growing over the top of the greenhouse, and it's all sort of hanging over and sort of drooping down, and that was so that's how I need to arrange it, the way it was growing over there. But I do like this, the way you can just sort of stick it in really easily. So there we are. So we've got some greenery. I don't think I'll be using that. I've nearly come to the end of the hawthorn now. So there's just a couple of bits left. I might keep those just in case. There's a bit of a gap there, but we've still got the cow parsley to go in yet. So there we are. So I hope that looks really naturalistic. I'm just going to step back and have a look. Yeah, it just looks a little bit scruffy. But it is supposed to be a natural, natural thing. It's supposed to be sort of just tumbling out of the tree, like it's growing there. So that's all the hawthorn. So right, so onto the cow parsley now. So let's just move this, do a bit of tidying up out here. So so here's the cow parsley. It's sort of at its peak at the moment, really good. And what I did with it can be a bit sort of floppy and straggly, but I made sure to condition it properly this time, and to put it in hot water to condition the stems, and they still feel slightly warm from this morning, but lovely. It's like nice perky. It's not all floppy and droopy. It's lovely perky cow parsley. Really, you could just use that like that as it is, as a bouquet. I mean, you don't even need to do anything with it. It's really lovely. So anyway, so with this cow parsley, I have said this before, but it's the stem structure. You get all these branching stems, which is a bit annoying, and it makes it difficult to use. I'm just going to try this, but actually to take a bunch like this, because the rock wool is quite difficult to get the stems in, and to see if I can put a whole bunch in at once. I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to try it. So here we go. So it's a bit difficult to find where the rock wool is, and yeah, so I'm just trying to put that in one go. So that's held in place. So I think that's a lot quicker way to arrange it. And let's just do an individual one to see. But I think if I do each one individually, I'm going to be here forevermore. So that does go in individually, but I think it looks nicer in the bunches. So I'm going to persist with just doing these little bunches here. And I think it probably would look nicer if I did them separately. It would look more sort of ethereal, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not really too sure which way to do it. Let's try that individually. No, I think they need to go in little bunches. I think I probably could have done with tying them with string. With hindsight, that would have been a good way to do it. To tie do a little bunch, tie it with string up really tight, and then shoving it into the Agrawool. So here it goes. Oh, pushing it. There, it's going in. So there's the cow parsley. So I've got absolutely loads of this to do. So what I'm going to do is just go over, make these little bunches, and again, it's just filling any gaps. Now it's stopped raining, so I just need to acknowledge that, because I was very quick to say that it was raining, and it's stopped raining now. So I'm very, very grateful. Thank you. It's stopped raining. Thank you. That we've been able to do that. So so here's the cow parsley, and yeah, just tie it into a nice little neat little bunch, quite short stems, and then I'm going to just push it into the foam. If I can find the foam, it's miles away. Where's the foam gone? It's right in here. So just pushing it in. There we are. So yes, that goes in all right. So and just to say, with the colours, it's just green and white. So everything's green and white, and everything's wild. I haven't introduced any the sort of cultivated varieties. Everything sort of works together. It's just green and white, and it's all natural. And with the tree bark as well, it's very natural. So now I do need to just carry on and just finish with the cow parsley, but I'm going to stop recording there, because I need to sort of step back and finish that off, and then I'll just take some photos at the end to show you the finished result. But there it is. So there's a hanging tree installation with Agrawool and foraged plant material, and this would be lovely. If you had a sort of a woodland event, a woodland wedding or something like that, that would be lovely. And you could very easily transpose this to, in a church or in a building, or I think we'll be able to make arches and all sorts of things with it. So that looks, with the Agrafoam, that looks very promising indeed. So anyway, I'll take some pictures. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you soon. All right, bye for now. So there it is, all finished. And just to say, with the cow parsley, I did carry on making the little bunches, and I stuck my finger into the foam to make a little hole to put the cow parsley in. But there it is, all finished. Completely natural, really, design with foraged plant material there. So I'll just go in a little bit closer so you can see some of the detail of it. But yeah, all local foraged plant material and Agrawool. So far so good with the Agrawool. It looks very promising with the Agrawool.